One of my favorite transistor radios came in this box. I wish I still had that radio. I'm just kidding. Let's look at this box. It's great. It's just got pasted labels on it. The way things used to be. Now this says, as seen in Look magazine. Distributed by Shrero Corporation. And they're still around, by the way. Big multinational outfit that imports and exports stuff all over the world. Let's look at the radio. Oh yeah. It's a Crown Super. All transistor. And the tag, still with the original tag, says fully equipped with RCA transistors. So this Japanese radio had American-made transistors inside of it. Pretty strange. It says here, Crown all transistor pocket radio as seen in Look. Now why, you may ask, does it say all transistor instead of saying how many transistors? There are two reasons for that. In the earliest days of transistor radios, they used to kind of cheat. They had hybrid radios where they had little tubes in them and transistors. Now that was the worst of both worlds, because the tubes meant you had to have two batteries and they had to warm up. The set had to warm up. So a hybrid radio still had to have two batteries and it had to warm up. So using a transistor or two in that circuit just was showing off and trying to sell high-tech goods. Very quickly, the consumer got hip to the fact that these were transistor radios, but they weren't all transistor radios. And so that became a thing. And it lasted for many, many years of people claiming all transistors just because of that one incident, well, a few incidents for a short period of time in the mid-50s when there were transistor radios that weren't all transistor radios. So it's used to explain that there are no tubes in it, and it's also used to hide the fact that a radio might not have very many transistors, and they were kind of ashamed to say how many it had. 4 transistors sounds like, oh, that's not very many. But all transistors sounds like a virtue. And that, my friends, is advertising. And so is this collector net appearing here for no good reason.